basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Sarr. They set a pick. Smart for 3. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Some solid defense from Coulibaly.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Middleton outside. Back to Coulibaly from the top of the key. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Pass to Coulibaly. Poole outside. Back to Coulibaly. The 3 hits the trifecta. Coulibaly's got 5.
And another area where Poole continues to work has just become a much more effective passer.
Holiday drives in and stolen by Middleton. Outside Coulibaly. On the take. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 7 points in the game.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give them credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Poole against Holiday. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on White.
And a nice show of strength there for Jordan Poole.
Washington shooting their first free throw this game. Well, whenever Jordan Poole is out there, Brent, you expect some highlight reel moments.
Now, there's no doubt that Jordan Poole's the kind of player that's going to take some chances. Sometimes it doesn't go so well, but when the times pay off, B.A., it is spectacular.
It's stolen by Smart. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive.
And the long arms of Sarr on full display. You got to keep this kid off the offensive glass.
The kick to Tatum.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining.
Holiday taking his time here. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
Now here's Poole. Misses from short range. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Trailing by 5. Porzingis sets a screen. Kick out to Brown. Pass to White. Shot clock at 5. From behind the arc. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
With the Bradley Beal trade, Washington made it clear they were going in a new direction, Brent.
Yeah, it felt like the Wizards were stuck in the Delaware just a little bit. They won 34 or 35 games for 3 straight seasons, and trading away Bradley Beal was an admittance to, hey, we've got to start over. We've got to do something to get some younger players in here on the roster and give us some flexibility. The future is now for the Washington Wizards.
Porzingis for 3. Again, the miss by Boston. Washington has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Poole against Tatum. To the right side. From deep, Sarr. Boston with a rebound. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. White, the pass to Tatum. The game now all tied up.
And watch how Tatum navigates the contact. Just one of the many go-to moves for him in the paint.
Poole against Holiday. And Poole, good for 3. Poole's got 6.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
And for Porzingis, gosh, the dunk looks so easy.
Here's Coulibaly. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
I didn't know if they could match that last slam, but it only took them a couple of moments.
Hey, not the best interior defense on those last few trips, but who cares? That was awesome. Brown finds Holiday. Tatum a screen on Smart. No good with a layup. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. It's the Wizards. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. Holiday against Middleton. The shot by Holiday, no good. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Hey, guys. The Wizards' #2 overall pick, Alex Sarr, wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention, the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
A big piece. Okay, Shams, thank you. Holmes, he's checked in for Sarr. Washington leading by 3. Pass to Coulibaly. They set the pick. It's Poole on the wing. Back to Coulibaly. Takes it inside, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Smart against Holiday. With some arc. Washington with a rebound.
Oh, gritty defense, protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Poole. High post Holmes. Clock at 4. Poole finds Middleton. Holiday grabs the miss.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Tatum a screen on Smart. Here's Holiday. Hits it. Now 2 of 6 from the field.
Drew's got such a great build. 205, 210 pounds, a bigger guard. Hard to knock him off of his shot.
Poole for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Tatum. Hey, Tatum getting it done inside. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Middleton with a screen on Holiday. Here's Poole. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Drew Holiday. All right, Grant, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Pool Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's his first foul of the game. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, hold the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Yeah, in the crowd, shooting coach Lethal Shooter.
Yeah, good to see him in the building tonight. Now, you know he's from D.C., and if any of the Wizards need a sub, I'm sure he's ready to check in.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Comes up empty down low. Washington has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Outside Coulibaly. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the paint. Tatum can't hit. Wizards leading by 3. It's Smart on the wing. He's guarded by White. Outside Coulibaly. From the arc. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Coulibaly's got 14.
A great decision from Smart. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Here's White. Here he goes. Some solid defense from Coulibaly. Washington's gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Poole finds Middleton. Coulibaly with it. Guarded now by Holiday. Middleton with a screen on White. Back to Coulibaly. Smart for 3. Holiday grabs the miss. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
And Poole launches it from deep. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Washington. They're up by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, Bilal Coulibaly displaying his skills today.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
We've got Corey Kispert. He's out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Sadiq Bey out there with Sarr. And it's Champagnie at the power forward position. That's the group for Washington right now. Here's Pritchard, guarded by Brogdon. And there's a defensive 3-second call. Boston shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe of the game. And the technical free throw is good. Here's Pritchard, guarded by Brogdon. Back to Pritchard. Clock at 6. Nails it from beyond the arc.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
And he's going for the lob.
The Frenchman, s'il vous plaît. Taking flight. You gotta like Sarr.
Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pritchard, the pass to Craig. Back to Pritchard. Shot clock at 6. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here.
Frustrating to go up against Saddiq Bey on defense. He's got length and quickness. He plays tough.
Brogdon, the pass to Kispert. No good with the triple.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Hauser can't get it to go. And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. It's a three-point game. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Craig passes to Pritchard. Again, the miss by Boston.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Kispert. And he drains the quick shot. Here's Pritchard. Here's Hauser. And the call will be on Corey Kispert. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Outside Craig. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's his first trip to the line.
Third team foul.
And that one falls for Craig.
For Boston. Torrey Craig at the line for 2.
And so Craig nails both of them. Wizards leading by 3. Bey passes to Sarr. Kispert outside for 3. Hauser grabs the board. Boston has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Pass to Cornet. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Outside Brogdon. Out left to the wing. Here's Champagny. That three's off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. You can't give up looks like that all game long.
A minute 53 left in the third quarter. Inside, Cornet. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Cornet's got his second basket.
Now, there are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Brogdon with the ball. Picked up by Craig. Gets the 3 ball to go. And the Wizards lead by 2.
Encouraging to see Saddiq Bey just stay this confident, looking for that shot off the catch.
Pass to Hauser. Here's Cornet. Horford, right side. 5 to shoot. Down low. Tipped away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. The Wizards have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Pass to Kispert. A deep 3. Boston with a rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Out to Craig. Another shot. Pass to Pritchard. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Washington. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in the game from outside the arc. That one's good from Kispert on the assist by Brogdon. And it's a 5-point Wizard lead.
Pretty good awareness there from Malcolm Brogdon, capable of spotting the open teammate on that side as well.
Here's Kispert. Oh, he missed the chippy right there.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's Washington. They lead by 5. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Washington leading by 5. On the court right now for the Celtics. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the point. And that one drops for him.
And Poole can make some of those inside off-balance opportunities look easy.
Holiday against Smart. Holiday passes to Porzingis. And Holmes with the block. Here's Poole. Outside Coulibaly. Picked by Holmes. Inside. Back to Coulibaly. Releases. Cash money on the open jump shot. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Washington.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
They also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
And what a phenomenal replay of that impressive rejection.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Smart pass from Porzingis, just a better shot available.
Poole against Holiday to the left wing. Here's Smart. Ooh, nice. Smart slipping inside.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Celtics trail by 8. Outside Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Now White. Back to Porzingis. Shot from 16. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. Coulibaly's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Smart outside. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Celtics have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. And Bilal Coulibaly picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. White. Good.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Here's Poole. Kicks it out to Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by Jason Tatum. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 5. Porzingis punishing inside.
And Porzingis has that kind of touch at 7-3. He can hurt you in there.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, while Brian Keefe was just reviewing the plan with his team, Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Middleton passes to Poole. Over Holiday. And again, Washington, no good. Celtics trail by 3. Now White. Tatum, a screen on Smart. White, the pass to Tatum. Washington with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Smart looking around. Poole outside. From behind the arc. Washington again can't hit. Boston has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Here's Holiday. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Holiday perks up a little bit when he gets to the inside, knowing that there's the possibility of some contact.
Good on the first, and that brings him within 2 here. Both good from the line that time.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Puts up a 3, and that one's good. Coulibaly. Koulibaly's got 5 points in the quarter.
Poole showing he's more comfortable in that pick and roll setting. It can be dangerous.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. What a finish from Porzingis.
That's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
Those and-one plays can be real backbreakers in a close game.
The Wizards have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter.
And that's a big splash from Poole.
And 1:01 left to play in the fourth quarter. Left side Porzingis to tie it up. And it's Poole with a rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Smart passes to Poole. They set the screen. It's Middleton on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Tatum pulls it in. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Holiday. This one for 3. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. .20 seconds left to play in the fourth. Poole against White. Outside Holiday. Launches it. Oh my! What a shot! Oh! An enormous three-pointer! And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. And stolen by Porzingis. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We'll get right back to the action. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at center. Outside Koulibaly. He takes it in. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Oh, and that is how you make a bold statement. Overcoming that size differential and throwing it down.
Stolen by Holmes. White with a steal. Here we go. And Holmes with the block.
Well, Holmes' great job defensively, just being in the right spot.
And it's Poole with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Middleton outside. Poole a screen on Tatum. And it's Middleton driving. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Boston's got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Body control from Holiday, gets the shot off while getting hit in the process.
First free throw is good. And that gives him a lead.
2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Making them when it matters most. Those trips to the line can build some confidence.
Putting on the Jets, Jordan Poole.
Going right into the defender to get the whistle. Poole was determined.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Jordan Poole.
Good on both. Well, the Celtics shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. White looking it over. Ooh, here's White on the drive. Here's Porzingis. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
And the coaching staff better alert their defense to Porzingis and how comfortable he is right now on offense.
Here's Poole. And that basket makes him 5 for 10. Steady production so far.
Ties it up with that one. You know, he's such a smart scorer. He doesn't force anything, lets the opportunities come to him.
Pass to Porzingis. And it's off from three-point range.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Smart outside. Back to Middleton. There's the triple. Boston with a rebound. Outside White. Tatum a screen on Poole. White the pass to Tatum. Back to White. Smart against Holiday. To the inside. 6 to shoot.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Poole, the pass to Holmes. Poole against Holiday. Back to Holmes. Outside Coulibaly. Lets it fly. And it's in. And he's tied it up. What a shot. Outside White. The three. And Holmes pulls it down. And Washington with possession. Holmes, a screen on Holiday. To the middle. Oh, off target. White for three. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last-minute shot is offline. Another. And as we play on into another overtime, you know these teams must be wearing down. It's become a battle of attrition. Middleton outside. Outside Coulibaly. Middleton with a screen on Brown. Coulibaly with it. Brown's there. Poole outside to take the lead. Outside Coulibaly. 3 on the clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Coulibaly's got 25 points in the game.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Off with the layup. The Wizards with a lead. Pass to Smart. Back to Coulibaly. Middleton outside.
2 minutes.
Shoots over Tatum. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. The Celtics shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. Tatum a screen on Smart. Three-pointer Holiday. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Celtics lead by 1.
How about Drew there, showing a little bit more range from downtown.
Here's Middleton. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
That one on Tatum.
Second team.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
So many teams out there are trying to find their next Chris Middleton. This is a guy that works hard, always ready to drop a shot, will play defense. So it's a switchblade at that wing position.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. 19 points in the game.
Porzingis wanting it and gets it.
Smart outside. Back to Poole. And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum with a throwdown.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
Wizards trail by 5. Smart up top. He's guarded by White. He connects. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Coming through in a big-time moment. Smart doesn't back away from the spotlight at all.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Outside Holiday. It's Brown on the wing. Tatum with a screen. Holiday from long range. And the Celtics another three.
That's the kind of player Holiday is, craving the opportunity to be the man in that situation.
Fires the three. Tatum pulls it in. Porzingis surveying the floor. Got it. And now it's an 8-point Boston lead.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
And they have to know that any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
White for three. No good that time. Pass to Middleton. Puts up a deep three. So we see Boston get the win here. Double overtime games are so... All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Brent Baker.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the music. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for answers. It's Harris and Durant. The guard. There for him will be Cunningham and Beasley. And it's Thompson in at the 3. And for the Wizards, Saddiq Bey is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Jordan Poole. Then it's Sarr. And it's Koulibaly in at the 2 spot. And both teams here love to get out and run the floor.
Oh, yeah, this pace is going to be incredible. Our heads will literally be on a swivel tonight, Kevin, and we're going to see a lot of plays in transition and maybe a lot of turnovers as well.
Well, we're buckled in either way. Middleton, a screen on Cunningham. Here's Poole. Rebound, Detroit. Harris outside. Pass to Beasley. Shot clock at 6. Bay pulls it in.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now here's Beasley. Over Koulibaly. No good from Beasley. The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
They're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
And the Pistons with possession here. Following the 3-pointer by Washington. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Bay against Harris. Here's Middleton. The kick out to Poole. Here's Koulibaly. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's Beasley on the wing. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Launches from deep. Washington with the rebound.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, "I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win." Kevin?
You know, it takes time, but nice to see his development.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
2 minutes remaining.
And here is Poole. Good on the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Cunningham. Takes the 3, and the 3 ball is good. Cunningham's got 7.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Koulibaly. Wizards passing it around. From downtown, the shot missing. The Pistons trailing after a solid rookie campaign. Coach Jalen Duren had a breakout sophomore year.
Well, Kevin, Jalen Duren knows who he is. Averaging a double-double, but he stays within himself. Doesn't take very many jump shots. Shot well over 60%, and he has got a great motor.
And here we go. Fast break. Cunningham's got it. Second shot opportunity. To Duren. Harris with it. Now here's Beasley. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The 3 from Poole. He makes that one drop only a second and 5 tries. For Detroit, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. to Cunningham. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. He's got 9.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait. And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Wizards. He delivered. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
And Detroit looking at who they've got. The guard pair for him will be Cunningham and Beasley. Thompson and Harris are their forwards, and it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. So it's Washington now after the basket by Detroit. Labali, and a miss there on the triple. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Pass to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And here's Poole for 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it. But it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
Yep, that one goes in there. Cunningham's got 11 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Now here is Harris. Middleton looking it over. Bay with a screen on Duren. Middleton can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Detroit.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And also, they've been draining mid-range jump shots, measuring the defense well, and just taking what they give them.
Now, here's Cunningham. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. From past the arc, the putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Poole, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
To the middle, tipped away. Beasley, the pass to Duren. The 3. No good from Beasley.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on it when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And here are the Pistons now. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Who's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggle. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
Here is Cunningham following the three-pointer by Washington. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
The 3 from Poole. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest.
Cunningham looking it over. Pistons passing it around. Here's Duran. A 3-ball. And Cade Cunningham good for 3. Cunningham's got 17 now.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's number. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Now here's Middleton. No scoring in this one. And here's Poole for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duran's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Harris outside. Duran against Poole. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And when you take a look at Jalen Duran, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Now here's Middleton. 3-pointer. And he's good on the 3-ball. Middleton's got himself on the board with 3 there. Pistons leading by 6. Cunningham with it. He's got 17. Beasley outside. Cunningham, a screen on Poole. Kept alive. No dice on the putback jam. And no good. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We come back right after this. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Marcus Smart is out there with Brogdon. Then there's Kispert. And there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Carrington in at the power forwards position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Now Schroeder after Malcolm Brogdon's 3-pointer that didn't go. Schroeder with the ball. Holmes covering. Hardaway for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Hardaway has got his first 3 points of the game. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
For Detroit, they have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. Pistons leading by 10. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Pass to Stewart. There's the triple. Rebound by Kispert. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. A shot by Brogdon wide open. The Wizards with another miss. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And it's Fontecchio in the corner. Now Stewart. Now here's Schroeder. Back to Stewart. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Stewart's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pistons.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Jacks up a 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Brogdon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck. Only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar level talent.
Here's Carrington, guarded by Stewart. And it's Carrington missing. And they're moving it up. Floats one up, and Stewart gets it to go.
Assisted.
Stewart's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, great job to push it up the court with the pass, and they get a nice transition score.
Here's Brogdon, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And this is how confident Brogdon is in his scoring ability. Able to get it done from everywhere.
The drive by Schroeder, and the layup's good off the glass. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Brogdon against Schroeder. Brogdon the pass to Kispert. Count it.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Here's Schroeder. Fontecchio sets a screen. No good with the triple. Now Brogdon. Pass to Carrington. They grab their own miss. Now Detroit moving it up. And the dunk by Stewart.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Brogdon's got 8.
And shows great poise when looking to score. Brogdon has an advanced offensive identity.
Right side Hardaway. Out to the right wing. Here's Fontecchio. Misses, and he wants that one back.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Now Fontecchio. After the missed 3 from Corey Kispert. Pass to Reed. Back to Fontecchio. Puts up a 3. Stewart misses. Wizards trail by 8. Smart wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target. Outside Hardaway. From deep. And so is Detroit in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the one today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
Tobias Harris. Assist from.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. The guard pair for him will be Cunningham and Beasley. And it's Duren in at the 5 down low. Such a wide open look. Smart's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Second personal foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Duren sets the screen for Harris. Shoots over Bay. Tries again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Shooting for Detroit. Duren at the line for 2.
And both free throws good for Duren. Wizards trail by 9. Poole from deep three-point territory. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Got a piece of it. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. Now, his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said, that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And Duren is right there.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
Detroit leading by 11. Thompson passes to Duren. Thompson outside. That one goes. Count it.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
The Wizards with another miss. The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Beasley against Poole. Fires the three. And that one is good by Beasley. And the Pistons lead by 16.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
And a wide open look for Cunningham. Off target from outside.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game.
He kicks to Middleton. Shot to stop the run. It's good from long range. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
That's right. Poole with no one around. No good on the three.
Well, it's just not been his night. He's finding good looks, but they're just not falling.
Thompson passes to Cunningham. Beasley with a screen on Middleton. Cunningham kicks to Harris. Shoots. And Sarr pulls it down. Wizards trail by 13.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Pistons.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Cade Cunningham.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Cunningham outside, pass to Harris, the tray. It's rebounded by Poole. And Greg, it looks like time is going to run out on him here.
Yeah, I mean, unless they come up with an absolute miracle.
17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Cunningham. And so it's Detroit with the W. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
From this guard matchup.
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
Now a look at Detroit's starting lineup. Cunningham in at the point with Beasley. They're the backcourt. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Tatum, and he lays it in on the break.
Once the fast break is rolling, they know who to go to. Tatum can be trusted to find the finish.
Harris, a screen on Holiday. Cunningham drives in. Yep, that one's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
Now here's White. No good on the triple. Beasley finds Harris. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Three-pointer, no good. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. And for Tobias Harris, his priority is to contribute to winning basketball.
And he's shown that through his willingness to play different roles. We've seen him as a spot-up shooter. We've also seen him as a go-to scorer. He does whatever it takes.
Now here's White. Holiday surveying the floor. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Beasley for 3. Hauled in by Brown. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Porzingis with a screen on Beasley. White can't hit. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside. And that one is stuffed right through.
And for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor.
Cunningham against Holiday. Porzingis high post. And a nice finish on the layup.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Cunningham against Holiday. Pass to Harris. Going inside, and he banks in the layup.
I love seeing Harris take initiative, knowing how effective he can be on that drive.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Here's Holiday, kick out to Brown. White against Beasley. White can't hit. The Pistons on offense. Beasley outside. Pass to Duren. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Now here's Cunningham. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Such an energetic play from Cunningham, going right up for the slam.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Tatum's gotten his 2nd bucket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
Ha, it doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 6. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Thompson.
Known as a crafty defender, Brown really hustles and contests as many shots as he can.
Here's Tatum. Second chance effort. Outside Holiday. Lets it go from deep. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. The Pistons lead by 4. Thompson scanning the floor to the paint. And the dunk by Duren.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Now here's Holiday. Back to White. Pulls it. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And here's Cunningham. It's stolen by Tatum. He got it up. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Detroit, leading by 6. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Setting the floor for the Pistons. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cunningham in at the point with Beasley. They're the backcourt. And it's Duren in at the 5 spot. Cunningham finds Harris. Holiday against Cunningham. Over Holiday, and the shot no good, a bit short.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Jrue Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Jrue, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Yeah, just too strong right there. Duren is so good at fighting through contact on the way up.
And at 6'10", Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
First team foul.
White looking it over. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Blocked!
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Pass to Beasley. Thompson with it. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Brown. Thompson, no good. For Boston, they've gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Porzingis, high post. Porzingis punishing inside.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
Cunningham drives in. And that one is hammered home.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Thompson with a steal. To the middle.
2 minutes remaining.
And the dunk by Duren.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Tatum, shot is good.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Like what? Like, what is going on right now?
Celtics trail by 9. Pass to Brown. Now Tatum. Brown, a screen on Harris. Look at Tatum using his length.
Look at Tatum now running the pick and roll. He's calm and his moves are so concise. He's just definitive with everything he does.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Cunningham's got 13 now.
I mean, he does everything on the floor. Cunningham always with max effort.
And Holiday, here we go. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Cunningham against Holiday. Harris on the wing. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by White. Boston trailing. Drives to the hoop. Holiday. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
What ferocity from Holiday there. Even when you try to bully him on the drive, it's like he just shrugs it off.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Cunningham finds Duren. And here's Harris outside. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Tatum, a screen on Cunningham. Back to Tatum. Duren with a steal. Here's Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Boston shooting their first foul shot of the game, and that one falls for Tatum. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of this one. And so it's the Detroit Pistons finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. More 2K action in just a moment. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Luke Cornett. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the 2. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Clock at 2. Horford gets it done inside. Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Now Schroeder fires from deep. And it's Cornett with a rebound. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Pass to Pritchard. The 3 is up. Sinks it from distance.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Simone Fontecchio, a name some may struggle with, but as well as he's played, get to know it. Actually, his teammates nicknamed him Tech. He said, when I first got to the NBA, they started calling me that, and I was like, guys, I don't like it. No one's ever called me that. But then it stuck to me. Now I like it. Brian?
Yeah, now you have to like it. All right, great story, Allie. Here's Pritchard following the score by Detroit. Stolen by Schroeder. They're running for the finish. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
Here's Pritchard to the inside. Here's Horford, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Schroeder with it. Pass to Hardaway. There's the three. Horford pulls it in.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
Hard to find a season in his career where Horford didn't make an impact, RJ.
One way or another, he's going to help his team win. Still out there doing it and doing it at a high level. He's kind of an ageless wonder. Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Here's Pritchard, covered by Schroeder. Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. Out to Craig. Pass to Pritchard. Back to Craig. Second chance shot. And the layup is good.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
The Pistons lead by 5. Up top, Reed. Hardaway, the pass to Reed. Picked by Reed. Takes the three, and the three-pointer goes. Reed's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys build contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Not putting his head down. He continues to produce with the team trailing.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Outside Schroeder. Let's go with a three. The rebound, Celtics. Here's Hauser. No points so far. Cornette passes to Pritchard. Back to Cornette. Here's Pritchard, covered by Schroeder. Horford, a screen on Schroeder. Clock at 6. The 11-footer. Horford can't hit. Detroit leading by 6. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Stewart. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Stewart's got his first 2 points.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Shoots over Stewart. No good off the back of the rim.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Fontecchio outside. He gets it up. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Detroit, up by a healthy. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. And here's Detroit. They've led by as many as 11, setting the floor for the Pistons. Down low, it's going to be Harris and Duren. Cunningham in at the point with Beasley. They're the backcourt. And it's Thompson in at the 3. Now here's Cunningham. Over Holiday. Misses off the right iron. Celtics trail by 8. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
White, the pass to Holiday. And he converts the layup.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Detroit leading by 6. Now here's Beasley. There's the drive, and Porzingis with the block.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D.
Shot clock at 5. Cunningham outside. Fires for three. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
3 points.
Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Holiday. The rebound by Beasley. The Pistons have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. It's Beasley on the wing. Pass to Thompson. And here's Duren. Thompson in the post. Brown's there. Thompson's shot is off. Celtics trail by 9. Here's White. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down. And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Harris, a screen on Holiday. Here's Cunningham. Nice touch by Cunningham inside.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Porzingis with a screen on Harris. The kick out to White. Got a hand on it. Holiday against Cunningham. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Pass to Duren. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Detroit now. They've got a 9-point lead. Harris, a screen on Holiday. And there's Cunningham outside. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Detroit ball.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Duren with a screen on White. 5 to shoot. Beasley for 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. And the Pistons lead by 12.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Now here's Beasley. Pass to Duren. Here's Harris. Beasley outside. That falls. Nice setup by Harris. And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for Detroit?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
Slicing through Cunningham.
Yeah, a graceful touch from Cunningham, making that floater look effortless.
1:11 left in the final quarter. They kick it out to Porzingis. Outside White. Offline with a 3.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the Pistons.
They were the more accurate club. And in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Cade Cunningham.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
And it's Cunningham missing. And a comeback here looking very unlikely.
Absolutely everything would have to go their way at this point.
Detroit with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. Tatum against Harris. Pistons taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me see. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Chris Middleton is out there with Song. Then there's Smart. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Poole in at the point. Now here is Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Lets it go with the three. Buries it from three-point range.
Jason Tatum has built such consistency from beyond the arc. Doesn't matter if there's a contest or not.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. Porzingis with the block. White against Smart. And here's Porzingis for a three. Washington with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
White against Smart. Fires from deep. Porzingis with the rebound. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. There's been a lot of turnover in Washington, Doris, over the last few years. Where do you think they go from here?
I think the first thing they're looking for, Kevin, is obviously a cornerstone around which to build your team. Recently, it was Bradley Beal. Now they are looking for someone to step up and be their guy.
And here's Holiday after Marcus Smart got his shot to go from deep. Holiday finds Tatum. And Middleton with the block.
What defensive focus from Middleton. Able to anticipate the shot and get a hand on it.
Drills the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. And the two of us talked about how important it is to make sure Chris Middleton doesn't get going. Coach said he's an all-star caliber player for a reason. Now, I told our guys to make sure we know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, it sounds like they respect and are aware just how impactful Middleton can be. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. For Boston, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. A nice shot by Tatum.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
The three from Poole. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Middleton outside, beyond the arc. And again, Washington with the triple.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hand.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Looking back at the 2019 draft, Jordan Poole was picked number 28. And Doris, he's already experienced the highs and lows of the NBA.
Well, Kev, let's remember that was a stacked draft class, and I think what you've seen from Jordan Poole is this incredible ability to hunt shots, to be willing to be a focal point on the offensive end. Let's remember, he's won a championship in his career, and that's something you can never take away.
Tatum, the rebound by Middleton.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Smart. Lock at 6. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. White looking around. Tatum setting the pick for White. Boston again missing. And the Wizards with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by White. Tatum's got 7.
Well, you see the effectiveness of Jason Tatum in close. Don't sleep on both his strength and his length.
Pass to Smart. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. From the arc. Rebound Boston. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. The game now all time. 10 points for him.
We know we're talking about a skilled scorer in these open floor situations. Jason Tatum knows where to be.
Now Sarr. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Sarr's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Wizards. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Wizards. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Washington.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. Koulibaly, no good.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. On the wing, Holiday. Guarded by Smart. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Here's Koulibaly. Guarded by Porzingis. Lets it go from deep. Koulibaly, no good. Celtics trail by 3. These Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Here's Smart, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Middleton, a screen on White. Nice shot by Smart.
Well, this is no longer an anomaly. Coach has tremendous confidence in Smart's ability to hit from three-point territory.
Tatum with a screen on Smart. Holiday finds Tatum. The shot by Holiday, no good. Washington's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Pass to Poole. Fires for 3. Rebound by the Celtics. Holiday with it. Out guarded by Smart. Smart with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. And he drives in. Poole with no one around. The offensive rebound. Fires the 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate. Well, being aggressive and assertive, the big man snatching the rebound.
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
That one's good. The Washington lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Kristaps Porzingis. Middleton against Tatum. Middleton the pass to Poole. Back to Middleton. They set the screen. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's Holiday. It's blocked.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
Outside, Smart. 40 seconds left in the first half of the game. Coulibaly, no good. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 6-point game.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
Now here's Middleton. 6 points for him. Pass to Song. Three-pointer. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Outside, White. Driving inside. And White slams it in.
Soaring in for the dunk, Derek White. My goodness.
They get it back. Now here's Smart. Fires from way outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
So on the floor for Washington, Kispert is out there with Malcolm Brogdon. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's George. And it's Champagnie in at the 3. Here's Cornette. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. Here's Cornette. Rebound by the Wizards. Now, here's Brogdon. On the wing, George. Back to Kispert. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Pritchard gets the bucket.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Celtics trail by 6. Here's Pritchard. Hit by Horford. Takes a 3. The rebound by Champagnie.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Holmes kicks to Kispert. That one's good from the corner. Kispert's got the lead up to 8 now for the Wizards.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Wide open look here for Craig. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You better get a hand in his face.
We know, Doris, at one point the Wizards had one of the most unique pairings in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
Washington's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Outside to Brogdon.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Clock at 4. Offensive rebound. George finds Kispert. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Kispert's got 5 points so far. Celtics trail by 5. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. That one drops for him.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Brogdon the pass to Kispert. Holmes setting the pick for Brogdon. A three-pointer off the mark. Celtics have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. We've got 1:08 left in the third. Craig, good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for the Wizards. They lead by 1. Puts up a deep 3. Again, Brogdon missing. Boston's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. In the corner, Horford with it. Stolen by George. Kispert, the pass to Holmes. Nice ball movement by Washington. And here's Brogdon from the arc. To the wing on the left. There's the 3. The Wizards with another miss. The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Craig. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Brogdon with a screen for Kispert. Pass to Brogdon. Good on the three-point shot. Brogdon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Wizards lead by 4. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. White in at shooting guard with Brown playing small forward. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. That's the Boston 5. Now here is Holiday. Bucket is good. White's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Celtics.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Smart kicks to Poole. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Holiday against Smart. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Holiday.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Poole against Holiday. Pass to Koulibaly. And it's off from three-point range. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Middleton. In the basket by Tatum.
Jason Tatum is capable of explosive nights offensively. If you're the defense, you better lock in right now.
They set the pick. Middleton for 3. Rebounded by Tatum. The Celtics have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Brown with a screen on Poole. A 3 from Tatum. It's rebounded by Koulibaly. Koulibaly's got 4 rebounds now tonight. For 3. The Wizards with another miss.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
White, good.
That's what you call speed, being the difference in transition. Off the steal, Derek White so heads up.
Pass to Poole. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Holiday surveying the floor. Porzingis kicks to Holiday. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Takes it inside. Tatum. And Tatum stays with it. Tatum's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, Jason Tatum, in a big moment, he is unafraid.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Back to Smart. Poole on the wing. The Wizards with another miss. The Celtics on offense. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. High, arcing shot. Holiday against Poole. Holiday the pass to Porzingis. Yep, it counts. Now it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
Well, one thing we know, Porzingis is fearless. He had no hesitation on what was a huge basket for them.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this run. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
In transition, here come the Wizards. Here's Koulibaly. He's covered by Brown. The three from Poole. Porzingis with the rebound. And here's Boston. They're on a 10-2 run here. Pass to Holiday. 50 seconds left in the game. Good!
Fearless shot there by Holiday. With the whole team counting on him, he is able to come through.
Poole, a screen on Brown. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Drops in the breakaway layup. Brown's got the lead up to 7 now for Boston.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Now, here's Brown. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. And they'll turn it over. Did not get off the shot. 24-second violation. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Owens, this is Kevin Harlan.
Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. And it's Sarr in at the center position, filling out the middle. And for Detroit, down low, it's going to be Harris and Duren. Cunningham in at the point with Beasley. They're the backcourt. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. And Grant, for each of these teams, wins have been tough to come by lately.
No doubt. That creates a little bit of added pressure, too. So the last thing a struggling team wants to do is lose to an opponent in the same situation.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Outstanding energy from Smart. I mean, pushing himself to get up the floor.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. He is aware of the amount of disruption that Marcus Smart can bring to an offense. He said you can't attack him in pick and rolls and go at him in ISO, so we'll have to keep his assignment moving and run him ragged when he's on defense. Sounds like it'll be a busy day for Smart. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
The athleticism of Thompson showing up right there. I mean, just explosive off the bounce.
The drive by Smart. The kick out to Poole. Pass to Middleton. Back to Poole. Here's the three. Rebounded by the Pistons. LeBron since 1980. The Wizards have had home court advantage in the playoffs just one time.
BA, do you want to have anything that you want to share that's positive about the Wizards? I mean, this team has not made it out of the second round in that span. So hard to envision that happening anytime soon. We got a long way to go.
Shot's good by Sarr.
If that jumper can become a consistent option for Sarr, he's going to be a dangerous player in this league.
Beasley outside. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And that one's good. Middleton.
And that kind of consistency from Middleton from 3, that's huge.
Duren the screen. Beasley for 3. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup.
Ignoring the defense and cutting to get the shot. That's a great play from Cade.
Pass to Poole. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. From deep, Sarr. No luck on that one. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. From deep. The rebound by Detroit. Cunningham passes to Beasley. Three-pointer. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. The Wizards with a lead. Coulibaly on the wing. Shoots over Duren. And again, Washington, no good.
Well, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And here's Cunningham outside. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Cunningham's got 5.
Cade really navigating that pick and roll to perfection.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Now here's Thompson. The free ball. And it's Cunningham missing. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
And Poole is such a tough and dynamic three-point shooter. He's comfortable firing from anywhere.
Cunningham against Poole. Beasley, right side. Over Smart. Offensive rebound. Detroit shooting their first free throws of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
No good on that one.
Yeah, as of right now, Jalen Duren kind of seems like a classic big man. He can block, he can rebound, and he really focuses on finding close-range looks.
Now here's Poole. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Poole. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Duren, the pass to Harris. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And Harris drops them both.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
He shoots. Deflected. And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. The Pistons on. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Well, it's simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cunningham in at the point with Beasley. They're the backcourt. And it's Duren in at the center position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Oh, Smart drives, and he goes in for the dunk.
An impressive athlete, and this is why Smart's teammates encourage him to drive inside.
Last season was tough for the Pistons, Brent, setting an NBA record by losing 28 games in a row.
BA, I'm a glass half full guy. I'm going to go on the right side, look at their core. It's led by Cade Cunningham. This guy is ultra talented. He's still in his early 20s. They have a lot of young talent on the roster. They're going to be better, and they play way better in the second half of the year. So how's that for some positivity? No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from you.
And that one's good. Middleton.
I'll tell you what, I mean, it feels like Middleton can shoot from anywhere, but he's especially deadly from the corner.
Pass to Duren. Stolen. And here's Koulibaly. Defended by Thompson. Here's Sarr. Duren with a steal. Here's Beasley. And he slams it in one-handed.
And you can see Beasley's athleticism as he's out in the open court getting it done.
And there's the screen. Poole outside. Back to Koulibaly. Middleton up top. Smart outside. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it from deep. The rebound by Detroit. Duren's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around a type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now today are big wings that can handle the physical rigors of both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, can have the ball in their hands and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing the future and developing talent.
They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up. Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Poole, a screen on Thompson. Here's Coulibaly. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Fires top of the key. And Detroit again with the bucket.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. From the arc. And Cunningham pulls it down. Detroit leading by 8. Oh, swiped away. Pass to Middleton. Inside. Smart, left side. From downtown. And that's good. Chris Middleton for 3. Middleton's got 6 here in the quarter.
That smooth shot selection from Middleton. That is definitely a spot he can get the job done from.
Cunningham, a screen on Smart. Beasley with it. Poole picks him up. Oh, the range of Cunningham.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. Back to Poole. Middleton with a screen on Cunningham. 4 on the clock. From deep, Sarr. The rebound by Detroit. Here's Duren. Cunningham on the wing. The 3. And Detroit another 3.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Detroit on top, up 11. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
23.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
On the court right now for the Wizards. They've got Kispert. He's out there with Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Carrington in at the small forward position. They get it again. It's good on the putback.
And the long arms of Holmes utilizing that size and length to track down some offensive rebounds.
And here's Schroeder. Pass to Reed. Now Stewart. Over Holmes. And misses it off the right side of the rim. All right, Brent, what do you see in Isaiah Stewart's game?
Well, coming in, he's always been that junkyard dog mentality, right? Try to play physical, rebound, bump guys around. But there's a little bit more to Isaiah Stewart in the way that he can shoot the basketball, expanding his range and knocking down some three-pointers. So some flexibility and some creativity on the offensive end.
Stewart, a screen on Brogdon. Pass to Stewart. Beyond the arc. Drops in the 3. Stewart's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And Stewart just preparing himself ahead of the catch to be in rhythm for that jumper.
Outside for Brogdon. from outside, off the mark. The Pistons lead by 9. And the call will be on Corey Kispert. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Outside Hardaway. Lets the three fly. Rebound Washington. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. Wizards trail by 9. Back to Brogdon. Pass to Carrington. They set the pick. The three is up. And Reed pulls it down. For Detroit, they've gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. And here's Fontecchio. Stolen by Holmes. And a fast break now for the Wizards. Brogdon from outside. They get it back. Pass to Champagny. Schroeder against Brogdon. Here's Champagny. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. The rebound by Detroit. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. Schroeder with it. Now guarded by Brogdon. Reed. Out to Schroeder. Three-pointer. Outside Hardaway. Puts up a deep 3. It's not going to go for him. Wizards trail by 9. Three-pointer, Kispert. He buries it from 3. Kispert's got his first 3 points of the game. And Schroeder has got the ball here for Detroit. They've led by as many as 11. 1:14 left in the third quarter here. Outside Hardaway. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Carrington. He's guarded by Fontecchio. Pass to Carrington. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
Well, if the Pistons are going to turn things around, Brent, it needs to start on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's part of it, B.A. It's not surprising that they've been in the bottom 5 defensively over the past couple years, and that's what happens when you pile up a bunch of young players who want to prove themselves, and by proving themselves, it usually starts on the offensive end. We'll see if these guys being together start to take some pride in stopping their opponents.
The Pistons lead by 5. Down low. Here's Reed. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Schroeder. Inside. And finished off by Stewart.
And Stewart, even though he's built a little stocky, can get up off the deck, that time with a huge jam.
Brogdon from outside. And Reed pulls it down. Reed's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Oh, it's stolen away. And so it's the Detroit Pistons. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the... And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Isaiah Stewart out there with Paul Reed. Then it's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Tim Hardaway. And it's Fontecchio in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now. Hits a 3-pointer. And the Pistons lead by 12.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Out to the wing. Champagny, the pass to Kispert. For three. Rebound Detroit. Reed's got 8 rebounds in the game. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And the Pistons going with a whole new group out there. Cunningham against Poole. Cunningham passes to Harris. Over Poole. And it's Harris. That time on the assist by Cunningham.
See Tobias Harris coming off that screen, knowing he was going to get open before he got to it, and did something with it.
And that one's good. Middleton.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Cunningham passes to Duren. Beasley for 3. Rebound by Middleton.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Pass to Poole. 4-3. Duren with the rebound. Duren's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And here's Harris outside. It's rebounded by Washington. Poole with the ball. Now Thompson defending. From the arc. Knocks down the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Cunningham looking it over. Beasley with a screen on Poole. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham showing the D, no mercy.
And Cade Cunningham has it going. He's playing with tremendous confidence.
Poole against Cunningham. From deep, Sarr. The rebound by Beasley.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
The Wizards trail by 10. Coulibaly with it. Now guarded by Harris. And that one's good. Coulibaly.
And Smart has always been a good passer, but in recent years, he's really honed in on his playmaking abilities.
Cunningham, a screen on Smart. Pass to Cunningham. This one for 3. No hesitation. Cade gets those 3 points right back.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Back to Beasley. A minute 29 left in the 4th. Three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound.
Cunningham outside. Duren in the high post. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Sarr. It's rebounded by Washington. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Thompson pulls it in.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Cunningham outside. Out to Beasley. There's the 3. Cunningham outside. From deep. That shot is off. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Wizards. It's a 10-point game. The Pistons taking the W here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra.
Time, but eventually
might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Cunningham, a screen on White. No good from Beasley.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here is Holiday. And he banks in the layup.
You want to be an NBA point? Take notes on Holiday running that pick and roll. Sometimes taking it yourself is the best option.
Cunningham against Holiday. Lobbed up there for Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
The sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
Holiday against Cunningham. The kick out to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Brown. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Well, Brown helps out with the screen and then gets rewarded with an opening to attack.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Now, here's Thompson. You know, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
Man, his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punch it home like that.
The wide open look here for Porzingis from outside off the mark. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game. Guys?
Thank you, David. Can you talk about a stacked roster? It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
And it's tied up with that one. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Tatum. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
The pick and roll disrupts the defense and gets Tatum loose there to get that one off.
Beasley with a screen on Holiday. Cunningham passes to Beasley.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's the screen.
2 minutes.
Back to Cunningham. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Fast break, here they come. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Harris outside. And stolen by Tatum. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Drains the three-pointer. Holiday's got 5.
You gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
Cunningham dishes it to Harris. Duran sets the screen for Harris. Pass to Duran. Stolen by Holiday. There's the drive. White looking around. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
White against Thompson, and Thompson slams it home.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Out to Porzingis, back to Holiday. White inside, working on Beasley, and it's White missing.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And he can make some jaw-dropping plays. Cunningham loves to get to the 10 and finish with authority.
Holiday against Cunningham. Tatum no good. Beasley outside. Launches it. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Celtics lead by 1. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Celtics?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Back to Porzingis. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
Pass to Thompson. Harris a screen on Brown. Back to Harris. And it's Beasley in the corner. 5 to shoot. Launches it from deep. The rebound by the Celtics.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. It's stolen by Duren. Beasley inside, light covering. Thompson surveying the floor. Here he goes. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
So fast of foot on the run, I see it tough to catch.
Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. To the paint and stolen by Harris. Thompson against Brown. Harris a screen on Holiday. Here's Cunningham. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. That's tipped. Beasley with the steal. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And here we go. Pistons passing it around. Cunningham for 3. And it's White with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Chalk up 2 there. Holiday's got 9. Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not get him as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very different. Detroit, no good that time either. The Celtics with the lead. Brown outside. Harris outside. Pass to Cunningham. Drives to the hoop. And Cunningham with the slam.
Nasty dunk there by Cunningham. This is why he went first overall. He's got length, skill, and athleticism.
Porzingis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. He's got 6. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Rebound by Drew Holiday. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
Team second.
A second chance effort. Out to Harris. Holiday against Cunningham. Back to Harris from outside the arc. Drills it from outside. Harris has got the lead up to 2 now for the Pistons.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The kick out to Tatum. Clock at 6. Holiday left side. It's stolen by Duren. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Detroit up by 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
He got Dennis Schroeder, Isaiah Stewart out there with Fontecchio. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Reed in at the center. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. Stan, you just said this. One thing about Fontecchio, he can flat out score the ball. Wow.
Yeah, Kevin, he's really a consistent shooter, but he can score in other ways as well. You'd like to see him get to the free throw line more, but that might just be a little nitpick.
And how about the poise there by Horford? Lets the defender make the mistake, and now he's headed to the line.
And Al Horford drops them both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Schroeder, left side. Fontecchio with it. Launches it. Offensive rebound. He doesn't hit that one. Boston trailing. And Craig has it in the corner. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Pritchard. Reed covering. Picked by Horford. Here's Pritchard. Trapped Gets in the tray. Pritchard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
Sinks the triple.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Driving the lane. It's blocked. Here's Hardaway. Oh, that's blocked. And so the ball's out of bounds. Craig touched it last. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Hardaway finds Stewart. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. And it's a 5-point Detroit lead.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Knocked loose. Here's Pritchard. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Pritchard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Schroeder kicks to Reed. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. Driving in. Hardaway with a wide open look. Rebounded by Hauser.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alden.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Schroeder. Pritchard gets the bucket.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Stan, for 4 seasons, you were the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, and we were just talking the other day, what a great sports city Detroit is.
Oh, I absolutely loved my time in Detroit. I've still got 2 kids who live in the area, and great sports fans. Hardworking people that really value hardworking teams, and if you are one, they will be behind you all the way.
Craig up top. He's covered by Fontecchio. Craig, good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Schroeder outside. Pass to Reed. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Celtics trail by 3. Pritchard passes to Craig. 24 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Pritchard, guarded by Hardaway. The Celtics need to get a shot off. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Now Reed. Misses from short range. Well, a careless foul, and he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And looking back at last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Pistons lead by... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level did. What a great pass.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And a look at the five for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And the strength of Cunningham. Fantastic job there scoring on the defense.
And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's White. It's good.
And scanning the floor well. Porzingis all about finding open teammates when they've got a look.
Harris finds Duren. Out to Harris. Back to Duren. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Cunningham passes to Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. And Cunningham hit the slam.
I love the mentality of Cunningham tonight, looking for his shot, and boy, is he producing.
And Holiday, here we go. The kick out to Brown. Back to Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
Duren against Porzingis. Kicks it out to Beasley. Takes the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Beasley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Outside Holiday. Outside Tatum. Pass to White. Back to Tatum. Now here's White. The tray. Thompson with the rebound. Holiday against Cunningham. Duren sets the screen for Cunningham. Count it. Cunningham's got the lead up to 6 now for the Pistons.
And just too fast. Cunningham slices right through him.
And Holiday, here we go. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 7 rebounds in the game. Thompson against Brown. Thompson inside. And he goes right over Jaylen Brown and slams it down.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Right the pass to Porzingis. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And White kicks to Holiday. Over Cunningham. That one's good. And the Piston lead is cut down to 6 on the bucket from Drew Holiday.
Plays mature and under control. Holiday doesn't need the flashy plays. He's very comfortable with that mid-range.
It's tipped. The time for the ball. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Beasley. Cunningham outside. A three-pointer, no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Holiday against Cunningham. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. On the wing, Thompson. White covering. Thompson against White. The drive by Thompson. And he lays it straight in. And the Pistons lead by 8.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Pass to Duren. Brown against Thompson. Cunningham looking it over. Back to Harris.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
Here's White. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And the foul on Drew Holiday. And that'll be his third foul so far. And the Pistons with possession here.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Holiday. 4 personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
The 3 from Tatum. And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there was some...